Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to a new series on the channel. This is going to be how you beat or how to beat something along like that. Give me name suggestions in the comments, but this is just going to be short videos, 2 to 3 minutes hopefully, where I talk about decks that are in the metagame right now and how you can go about beating them. We're going to start with one of my favorite decks right now in the format, and that is, of course, Unchained. It's very low to the ground, very control-oriented, but it's a really fun deck to play. So to begin with, if you have Ash Blossom, you just wait for the first spell trap to be destroyed and activate its effects. The reason you do that is because really this shuts down the whole engine. You can't Ash Yama usually because it's chain blocked. You can never Ash Shirava. The only other card that you could consider ashing is something like Pot of Prosperity or an Abomination's Prison. But normally just wait for the first trap or spell to hit the graveyard from destruction, and that'll usually stop it. Now, if you have Valor, you could Valor the Yama, but if you have Imperm, you want to hold it for the Wave Hiking Caesar. The reason you want to do this is you essentially go 1 for 3 in that exchange. You lose the Imperm in your hand, obviously, but Wave Hiking Caesar doesn't get to use its 2 negates since it's not once per turn, as well as Unchained Shoal Shirava doesn't get its set. It just has to be sent to the graveyard. It doesn't matter from where, so if it's detached from material, it also triggers. So you essentially go 3 for 1 in this trade, which is really good. Bystials and DD Crow work really well against this deck. You hit the Yama in the graveyard, but you do have to hit it preemptively. If you wait for it to activate, it activates and banishes as a cost, so that won't work. Bystial Druid's Worm especially works really well because when it's sent to the graveyard, it sends a card on your opponent's field to the graveyard, so it dodges all the floating effects of the Unchained monsters. So if you go Soul of Rage to link with Druid's Worm, then the Druid's Worm's just going to send whatever you link summon to grave. Goes in match, and there can only be one, work really well against this deck. Goes in match because all the main decks are different attributes, both fire, water, and dark, whereas all the link monsters are just dark. And there can only be one because they're all fiends, and some of the cards even fiend locked you. So really the only way you can summon anything under there can only be one is having like an Unchained Soul Shirava on field and then normal summoning a hand trap. Other than that, everyone knows that Abyss Dweller does a lot against this deck, but Gravecreeper's Inscription and Silent Graveyard all do the same thing, where they shut down the graveyard effects from activating because they're all floating effects. If you can't activate anything in the graveyard, it's essentially turn over. So that's it. That's all this series is supposed to be. Hopefully a short video where you guys can learn how to interact with the deck and hopefully win some games off it. So if you enjoyed, leave a comment. Let me know if you want to see more. Other than that, I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace!